Michelle Pfeiffer was told she was too beautiful to be taken seriously. Charlize Theron transformed herself beyond recognition for Monster. Sharon Stone nearly had her most iconic scene cut. And Winona Ryder, her career almost ended in a courtroom. This isn't just about fame, it's about the fight behind it. These women broke rules, survived scandals, and rewrote the script on what it means to be a star. Let's take a closer look and see how many of these unbelievable stories you can match to the right actress. Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer's ethereal beauty made her Hollywood's most sought-after leading lady, but her journey was anything but easy. After being told she was too pretty for serious roles, she fought tooth and nail to prove her worth. Her transformation into Catwoman? She performed most of her own stunts while suffering from claustrophobia in that skin-tight latex suit. And here's a little-known fact. She turned down the lead in Silence of the Lambs, a decision she still regrets today. Catherine Zeta Jones. This Welsh beauty didn't just marry Hollywood royalty, Michael Douglas. She became royalty herself. At 19, she was a struggling actress in London's West End when she landed her breakout role in The Darling Buds of May. But her big Hollywood break came with a price. She trained for 6 months in fencing and horseback riding for Zorro, all while battling Hollywood skepticism about foreign actresses. And that Oscar for Chicago? She won it just weeks after giving birth. Which actress was told she'd never make it because of her accent? The answer will shock you. Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone's career-defining moment was almost cut from the film. Director Paul Verhoeven had to beg the studio to keep that legendary leg-crossing scene. But her real life was more dramatic than any script. After suffering a near-fatal brain aneurysm in 2001, she had to relearn how to speak and walk. Her comeback. She became a powerful advocate for women's health while still slaying roles in her 60s. Demi Moore. Demi Moore broke barriers as Hollywood's highest-paid actress in the 90s, but her personal life read like a tragedy. That iconic Vanity Fair cover while pregnant, she was nearly fired for it. Her marriage to Ashton Kutcher made headlines when she couldn't conceive at 42, leading to a very public breakdown. But here's what you didn't know. She's now a successful art collector, worth over $200 million. Which 90s sweetheart was almost fired for refusing to lose her virginity on screen? Monica Bellucci. This Italian bombshell redefined mature beauty in Hollywood. At 50, she became the oldest Bond girl in history. But her path was paved with struggle. Early in her career, she was told to lose weight and change her nose. She refused, saying, "My curves are my power." And guess what? She modeled for Dolce & Gabbana at 54. Which actress here was discovered while eating a burger? Julia Roberts. The woman with the $30 million smile wasn't always Hollywood royalty. Did you know Julia Roberts was nearly fired from Pretty Woman for being too awkward during rehearsals? And that iconic laugh? Directors actually tried to tone it down early in her career. But here's the kicker. She turned down Sleepless in Seattle twice before finally saying yes. At the height of her fame, Julia disappeared for nearly 3 years after a string of broken engagements. The reason? She later admitted, "I needed to remember who I was without the cameras." Her comeback? A record-breaking $20 million paycheck for Erin Brockovich, making her the highest-paid actress in history. Winona Ryder. Winona wasn't just weird. She was revolutionary. At just 17, she demanded rewrites on Heathers to make her character more violent. The studio balked, but she stood her ground and created a cult classic. But her real-life drama? She dated Johnny Depp for 4 years, and he got Winona Forever tattooed, then changed it to Wino Forever after their breakup. That infamous shoplifting incident? Insiders say Winona was having a mental breakdown after working non-stop since childhood. Her punishment? 480 hours of community service at a hospital where she secretly volunteered for years after. Angelina Jolie. Before she was a UN ambassador, Angelina was Hollywood's wild child. She carried a vial of Billy Bob Thornton's blood around her neck during their marriage. But her role in Girl Interrupted? She based it on her own struggles with depression. The most shocking part, she did all her own stunt work in Tomb Raider, while secretly pregnant. One of these actresses faked her own death to get out of a contract. Can you guess who? Charlize Theron. This South African beauty had to fight for respect. Early in her career, producers told Charlize, "Stick to modeling. You'll never act with that accent." Her response? She created one of the most shocking transformations in film history for Monster, gaining 30 pounds and wearing prosthetic teeth. The result? Hollywood's first Oscar for a female-led action film, Uma Thurman. Uma's career almost ended before it began. During Kill Bill's car crash scene, Quentin Tarantino forced her to drive a defective vehicle, resulting in permanent neck damage. She didn't work for 2 years after, but came back swinging with a $10 million lawsuit in her most iconic roles. Which actress turned down Titanic to do an indie film? Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman's career was built on fearless choices. For Eyes Wide Shut, she endured 15-hour nude scenes with Tom Cruise, while their marriage was collapsing in real life. But here's what nobody knew. She was secretly pregnant during filming and suffered a miscarriage shortly after. Her response? She dyed her hair red and became Virginia Woolf in the hours, winning an Oscar through her grief. That iconic singing in Moulin Rouge. Nicole trained 8 hours daily for months, while secretly wearing ankle braces after snapping her tendons during rehearsals. The studio wanted to replace her. She finished the film in a wheelchair between takes. Selma Hayek. Selma didn't just break barriers, she exploded through them. As the first Mexican actress nominated for Best Actress, she faced racism so severe that, wait for it, studio execs suggested she play a maid in her own biopic about Frida Kahlo. Her revenge? She raised the $12 million budget herself and earned an Oscar nomination. That Eternals role at 55, she filmed it while recovering from COVID and insisted on doing all her own stunts, despite being told women your age don't do action scenes. Cameron Diaz. Hollywood's bubbly blonde had a dark secret. During There's Something About Mary, Cameron was battling crippling anxiety so severe she forgot her own address. Her escape? She quit acting at 41 to become a wellness guru. The shocking part? She's now worth $140 million from her wine company. One of these actresses secretly funded a women's prison. Can you guess who? Liv Tyler. Liv Tyler's fairy tale fame hid a brutal truth. At 14, she discovered her father wasn't biological. Rock legend Steven Tyler was her real dad. Her breakout role in Armageddon? She landed it only after the director saw her crying over the DNA test results and said, "That's the emotion I need." Bo Derek Hug. The original blonde bombshell paid a shocking price for fame. Bo was just 16 when she met 30-year-old John Derek, who became her husband/manager. He controlled everything, even picking her famous cornrow hairstyle. After his death, she revealed, "I didn't choose any of it, not even my own name." Which actress turned down $10 million to pose for Playboy? Brooke Shields. Brooke Shields wasn't just famous. She was America's most exploited child star. At just 12 years old, she filmed that nude scene in Pretty Baby, protected only by a body double contract that mysteriously disappeared. The real shocker, her own mother signed off on it all while pocketing millions. Those iconic "nothing comes between me and my Calvins" ads, Brooke later revealed she was heavily sedated during the shoot. They gave me Valium like candy to keep me compliant. Her revenge? She wrote a NYT bestseller exposing the industry's dark side. Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger's Oscar win hid a terrifying secret. During her infamous $8 million lawsuit against Box Office magazine, she received death threats so severe she bought an entire Georgia town for protection. That ghost town? It's now worth $20 million. Her smartest career move yet. Which actress had her Oscar nomination revoked? The scandal goes deeper than you think. Behind every red carpet moment is a story of risk, resilience, and reinvention. From Selma Hayek funding her own film to Halle Berry keeping a Razzie as motivation. These women didn't just play strong characters, they lived them. Which story surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more true stories from behind the spotlight, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because in Hollywood, the real drama never ends when the cameras stop rolling.